There's only one creator in the Magic the Gathering content creation space with the balls to defend cheating on the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour, and that is me. Now, do you have the balls to stick around and hear me out? Or will you be so triggered by the mere notion that you might be wrong, that you've already disliked the video and left? That's okay. Those of you that stayed, you at least are open to hearing the conversation. And what I'm saying is, it's not the cheater's fault. Never has been. I want to start with the latest. Last week, the witch hunt of Alex Bertoncini, which was started off by a blog post by a damsel in distress. Whatever this lady is, right? Never heard of her. Not really interested in her opinion. But I am interested in what happened because of it. And it was yet another Reddit-led witch hunt of a Magic the Gathering player in the community. Something that Wizards of the Coast is clearly okay with as it continues to default to Reddit to make its decisions. This weekend I played in Grand Prix DC. As my team dwindled down the ranks, I couldn't help but notice one team climbing. If you don't know who Alex Bertoncini is, it's okay. That was once me too. I remember the first time I met Alex 4 years ago in 2014. I was a random SCG in Ohio, and I wasn't doing well in that tournament. So in 4 years, you've gotten no better. That's okay. I decided to go out to the bar with 3 people who seemed to know me. Interesting, even though I didn't know them. Among them was Alex. I found him to be super nice and personable. We kept in contact for a few months following the tournament. Around the same time, I moved to Las Vegas to be with my then boyfriend. So, by the way, let me offer, Mary Lork seems to be glossing over the fact that it sounds to me like she might have had a little bit of crush on Alex. She went out to the bar with him. She kept in contact with him afterwards, all the same time having a boyfriend back home. That's interesting behavior, Mary. I want to hear from you on what is good and what is moral. When he discovered I was talking to Alex, he became very upset. Imagine my shock! Imagine. Told me I should stop talking to him. I never liked people telling me what to do. The fact paired with Alex's charisma made it hard for me to believe him a cheater. Alex gushed charm. He's hard to dislike. If I thought he was a cheater, I would have no longer liked him. I pressed on. Oh, really? Your then boyfriend told you that he was a cheater. There are hundreds of pages of evidence that the man has been caught cheating at events. But because your boyfriend told you not to hang out with him, you chose to continue to hang out with him. You sound like a real classy lady, Mary. Just saying. Shortly after, I was talking to a friend of mine, told me he didn't have to take anyone. Alex was a cheater, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to the Grand Prix this weekend. The last round of the Grand Prix, I happened to be watching a match. It was close enough to Alex's match that I could see how the entire match. I didn't intend to watch this match, but when I looked over, yeah, I'm sure. If you've ever been in a Grand Prix hall, by the way, they're real tiny. You end up watching a one game, even if you don't. I mean, there's hundreds of games to watch, but they're so small, you get forced into that. I get it. I couldn't help but notice how Alex was shuffling his cards. Most of us learn early in Magic, either from an opponent telling us or intuition, not to look at your deck when you're shuffling. I watched closely as Alex would lift his cards and almost fluidly peek and look away at the cards he was bridging. Now, again, she has no proof of this. She doesn't know he was looking at the card. He could have been glancing in the same direction. We don't know this. While doing this, he would tell a joke to his teammates and then pause shuffling anytime his opponent would watch. I wanted to be sure, so before I called a judge. I observed the behavior 4 out of 6 times. I was sure, and I had a judge watch. He started shuffling once. He didn't do it. Twice, he didn't do it. I started to get nervous that the judge would see. But time 3, the last time before it presented, he glanced at his deck again. I whispered to the judge, "That's the behavior I observed." What happened next is truly unbelievable. The judge, you're about to hear something crazy. The judge didn't just take this woman's word that the man was cheating. He had the unmitigated gall to investigate it on his own. Anyway, what happened next was his opponent didn't cut his deck. And a choice that opponent made, by the way. Alex played a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Surely people can curve out. But this 3-drop happened to be Goblin Chain Whirler, a fairly unbeatable card on turn 3. They go to game 3, and I happen to notice a judge watching Alex shuffle. Note, some arguments pro Alex. I've gotten this to how closely the judge watched them, but I called a judge. No one was even close to observing this match. By this time, a friend had joined me. Blah, 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 blah. After the game 3, the head judge pulled him aside and started discussing. They spoke for about 10 minutes and Alex came back. Nothing happened. If this were anybody else, I could understand the judge giving him the benefit of the doubt, but this is seasoned cheater Alex Bertaccini. Think about how many game rules violations he's used his charisma. She really sounds to me like a scorned ex-girlfriend. This is how it sounds to me. You let me know in the comment section down below if she sounds like she's got a little burning. She's holding a candle for the charismatic Alex Bertaccini, the man she shouldn't be hanging out with. Anyway, he's been caught cheating 3 times and banned, but he has cheated many more times. No proof of that, of course. In her article, there are videos she didn't bother to link. But, you know, this is a man who cheats in Pro Magic. It's not like he posted memes. It's not like he made fun of Wedge. It's not like he made fun of Mark Rosewater. This guy is cheating at pro tournaments. This is the real deal, folks. This guy needs to be lifetime banned. In the future, maybe WotC will consider a lifetime ban for multiple time offenders. But as of now, this cheater will constantly be playing among us. We have to be diligent. Okay, Mary. Let's check out your Twitter. It totally doesn't look like you're on a witch hunt. Thanks, Reddit. If this gets a story about Alex, as much as I hate Reddit, if it gets a story out about Alex, I will accept its help. Thanks, Redditors. The notion that Alex should be treated like any other Magic player is comical to me. That's interesting. What do you think she meant by that? What do you think she meant by that? What do you think? Jeff Hoogland, pretty woke tweet. A game where we will lifetime ban people for things they do outside of events. That's me. But if you cheat our players constantly, we will keep giving you do-overs. Cheating in Magic is like stealing from other... Oh, here's her. I've been trying to keep up with this Reddit thread today. It's more surprising than it should be to see others post stories of Alex's cheats on the post. I am glad people are sharing their recent stories. Keep them coming. We've got to band together, everybody. We've got to get together. We've got to hold hands. We've got to lock arms. We've got to witch hunt this guy out of the community because, you know, he cheated. And of course, this low IQ, small-brained approach by Mary, some of these people on Reddit, apparently Jeff Hoogland, they're all obsessed with Alex. Hundreds of people have received bans throughout our era, maybe thousands, if you include the local level, for cheating at this game. It's not the individual in this case. Now, I believe strongly that people have to bear individual responsibility. And Alex, at the end of the day, is making the decision to do these things. He should be making better decisions. However, if the system is not banning him, what would you expect any normal player to do? If you can angle shoot and stack your deck and get away with all this stuff at the competitive level where you're competing for cash and prizes and you don't get banned and you can interview with a head judge and that judge deems you innocent, why are we witch hunting Alex? Shouldn't we be looking at the Judge Association? Shouldn't we be looking at the DCI? Shouldn't we be looking at Wizards of the Coast? This would be a very easy problem to fix by lifetime banning anybody who is caught cheating in a competitive event. I feel like one bears, again, individual responsibility. If you cheat, you're done forever. Forever. Lifetime ban, in my opinion. You can appeal it, sure. We have to narrow and become really crystal clear on what's considered cheating, though. Angle shooting, as far as the judges are considered, is not a cheat. I don't know. I feel like if it's a part of the game, it's a part of the game. But in the case where somebody's obviously looking at their deck, seems like you just wouldn't want that play around. Seems like you have all these volunteers having to dedicate extra time to watch particular players. Maybe it's not worth the work. But then again, we set a dangerous precedent here. We have another witch hunt started by Mary Loke, who, in my opinion, has a crush on Alex Bertoncini, who chose to hang out with him even after her boyfriend asked him not to. You could say what you want about that. I don't know. I think it looks a little weird. But you have people like Jeff Hoogland. You have the entirety of Reddit. Why even bother? Just ban him for life and move on. This is not a government system. This is not this is a card game. If you're worried about how people perceive your game, then take a strong, firm stance against cheating with lifetime bans. Until they do so, I am not going to blame anyone for cheating when the system itself is set up in a way that continues to allow people to cheat. If the system allows Alex to keep doing this, then I'm not going to blame him. At this point, we know who Alex Bertoncini is, right? Wizards, the Judge Association, and DCI can choose to do nothing, choose to do these 6-month bans, 3-month bans. Why should he get better? Why should he stop cheating? As long as he doesn't post any memes on the internet or call anybody a thought, the guy should be allowed to play, obviously. And enough of these witch hunts. It's pathetic. They're bullies. Mary Luke is a bully. It'd be one thing to write the article. It's another thing to make sure you go share it on Reddit and to constantly be sharing it on Twitter, asking for more people to pile on this guy. Everyone who's taking part of it, Jeff Hoogland, he's dogpiling too. These people aren't good people. They're using righteous indignation to promote their own content. The rules are the rules. He served his time. When you say something like, it's laughable that we treat him the same as other Magic players, what does that even mean? You absolutely must. If somebody gets banned for 6 months and comes back, you absolutely must treat them like every other Magic player. Mary sounds like the type of person, based on the article of her, or the title of her article, Once a Cheater, Always a Cheater, she sounds like the type of person that doesn't forgive. If somebody does their time, you must absolve them. Now, bloke, I don't know. If my girlfriend was hanging out with some guy at a bar, continued to hang out with him after I asked her not to, probably wouldn't be my girlfriend much longer.